let me show you guys something. This is the best car you could possibly have in GTA Online. And let me explain why. So this is a Dubache Champion, a brand new car added in the most recent update in GTA Online. Now, if you guys didn't know, this car has a brand new feature added onto it that you could upgrade here in the agency. Now, you will have to have an agency for this, but trust me, it is very worth it. Plus, you can make loads of money using the agency. So once you get the agency, buy this car. This is the only supercar and the first supercar to have armor plating. Now this, you might think it's just for looks, but it does do something. Finally, Rockstar added something to a supercar that gives you protection. With this armor plating, it can withstand 4 RPGs, 12 homing missiles, those are the ones in the Oppressor Mark II, and 10 explosive rounds. So let's pull out our RPG here. We're going to buy some ammo. We got 10 in the homing launcher, but in the Oppressor Mark II it has 20, if they haven't shot any yet. Which, most of the chances, they probably shot half of them. So let's test this out. There's 1, 2, 3. Now these are the same ones that were in the Oppressor Mark II, except in the Oppressor Mark II they have a higher chance of killing you. So that used up 6 homing missiles to destroy it. Now that is because it is half, because it is with no people inside of it. Now with a person inside of it, it can withstand up to 12 homing missiles. Because when you're not inside of it, it goes down to half, but you're not going to be inside of it anyways when it's getting shot at, so when you are inside of it, it takes up to 12 missiles to destroy, but when you're outside, it takes up to 6 because you are outside of it, and GTA has this thing where if you are not inside of it, it takes up to half to destroy, which you're not going to be inside of it anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Now this car is on the expensive side. It costs 2.2 million for the trade price. Now with the trade price, it is going to be just under $3 million, but that is why you need to buy the agency and do all the missions, because you're going to be making a lot of that money back anyways. So once you do the missions, the Dr. Dre missions, you will have enough to buy this car straight up and customize it and get this armor plating. But we haven't even looked at the best thing about this vehicle yet. Let's take a look. Now this car has one of the best features in the game ever added in the most recent update. This vehicle, along with the armor plating, a supercar, it has Imma tech. Now, you know what this is. It prevents anyone from locking onto you. It prevents Oppressor Mark IIs, helicopters, jets from locking onto you. And putting this on top of the 12 missiles it could survive, no one is going to be able to kill you. Because, remember, Oppressor Mark II only has 20 homing missiles. Which means, if it's missing missiles at you, shooting you, it's going to bring it down to half, and then he won't be able to kill you even if he hits you a few times, because it takes up to 12 missiles to destroy this vehicle, a supercar. It also has the remote controller unit, which is also cool, but remember, you have to pay for this stuff every time you want to change it, so I wouldn't change it at all. Keep the missile lock on jammer, and you will survive basically anything except maybe a jet shooting down at you with the guns it has. Now this also has mini guns you can put on it, and it's not the best. I mean, it's a supercar, it sits very close to the ground, and the mini guns are right there, as you can see, which barely hits the car. I mean, if anyone has a higher car than this, then you're not going to be hitting them at all. And it does take a while to destroy. I mean, it does destroy in a decent time, under 10 seconds, but if you're chasing someone in this car, I wouldn't use the miniguns, especially because you could just pull out a sticky bomb and just destroy them like that. But the miniguns are kind of cool. I mean, if you want to like shoot someone's tires out, I guess. I mean, it's useful for that. But if you're upgrading this, I would not upgrade to the miniguns because it is useless. Now, another cool thing about this car is that it's pretty fast. It's a supercar, the only supercar with the armor plating that is actually good. I mean, I'm surprised when they added this into the game because you didn't think they would be doing this. I mean, the only supercar, the first supercar to have armor on it that actually works. That is pretty cool. So that means it is fast, it has supercar speeds. It's not the fastest. It does have advanced handling flags, which makes it pretty bumpy on the city streets. I'm gonna just look at this gameplay right here. Don't look at that because I crashed into that. But look at the gameplay here. It's pretty bumpy. It's not the most bumpy. It's not like some other vehicles with the flags that you absolutely cannot drive. But this car is pretty fast. Faster than Oppressor Mark II's. So you will have no problem escaping them. Comparing this car to the Krieger, which is one of the fastest vehicles in this game, without a boost, you are not going to catch up to it. You are not keeping up with it at all. But this car is a supercar, it has supercar speeds, so it is good for city streets, even with how bumpy it is. Now, one more thing I want to show you guys, which is another very cool part about this car, is that at least with NPCs, you have basically armored windows. They can't shoot you at all. So that is the champion. And by the name, this car really is a champion. It is one of the best in the game, and it's one of the only vehicles you need in GTA Online. I mean, you can survive basically anyone coming after you with this. It's fast, it's armored. It's the only thing you will need to survive free mode in GTA Online.